got a set from Aunt Donna and Donald Reese, and so I have three sets of these. But so I want to give thanks to J. Vernon McGee, Daryl Shepard, Amos Carter, Chad, Aunt Donna, and Donald Reese. There's plenty of people in it. So before I get started, I want to read this preface. I thought it was interesting. It kind of tells you what I'm reading. The radio broadcast Through the Bible Radio 5 year program were transcribed, edited, and published first in a single volume paperbacks to accommodate the radio audience. And I listen to the radio broadcast before I do this to see what that he says and compare it to the commentary. And it does differ sometimes. And I tell you about that sometimes. From the beginning, there was a demand that they be published in a more permanent form and in fewer volumes. This new hardback edition is an attempt to meet that need. So, in other words, it was you could order. He talks about ordering it book by book, a little paperback of each book. And so they put them all into a big, nice volume. This is Corinthians through Revelations. And so there has been a minimal amount of further editing for this publication. Therefore, these messages are not word for word recording of the taped messages which went out over the air. The changes were necessary to accommodate a reading audience rather than a listening audience. I think they were watered down, but anyway. J. Vernon McGee tells it like it is. Of course, he's the one that did the editing, but it seems like they made it a little bit watered down here. These are popular messages prepared originally for a radio audience. They should not be considered a commentary on the entire Bible in any sense of that term. These messages are devoid of any attempt to present a theological or technical commentary of the Bible. Beyond these messages is a great deal of research and study in order to interpret the Bible from a popular rather than from a secular or too often boring viewpoint. I think he kind of puts it down in common everyday sense, and that's why that I enjoy reading this and passing it on to you. Is that I think it's in um, brought down to our level. We have definitely and deliberately attempted to put the cookies on the bottom shelf so that the kiddos could get them. And so that's what I'm saying. And so the fact of this message have been translated into many languages for radio broadcasting and have been received with enthusiasm reveals the need for a simple teaching of the whole Bible for the masses of the world. I am indebted to many people and to many sources for bringing this volume into existence. I should express my special thanks to my secretary, Gratitude Cutler, who supervised the editorial work, to Dr. Elliot R. Cole, my assistant, who handled all the detailed work with the publishers. And finally, to my wife, Ruth, for tenaciously encouraging me from the beginning to put my notes and messages in printed form. And I have the same thing. If it wasn't for LaRonda and Braden, they both encouraged me to do these. And so I would need to dedicate these to them as well. Solomon wrote, of making many books there is no end, and such study is a weariness of the flesh. Ecclesiastes 12:12. On a sea of books that flood the marketplace, we launched this series, the Through the Bible, with the hope that it might draw many to one book, the Bible, J. Vernon McGee. And that's copyrighted 1983. And so as we begin the introduction portion. That was